Hey guys, welcome to Two Dudes Talking. I'm DJ Schroep. That's Dustin Ovitz.
What up?
John Jones
Johnny Bones.
relinquishing his title, his belt,
Finally.
after a conversation with the UFC. I think that
with
it was
the UFC.
probably a salary conversation or a future conversation, but he relinquishes it, says, you guys have at it.
Mhm.
And, you know, it looks like after Ngannou fights Stipe, Bones might have next.
Well, that's what, your boy, Uncle Dana, said. So we have to believe him.
Yeah.
I didn't see that they got a deal done with Bones, so maybe that is going to be announced soon. I hope it's true. Look, I think it was time for him to give it up. He had defeated everybody that had come his way in the light heavyweight division. There is nothing left for him to accomplish. There's nothing left for him to defend in that division.
Yeah.
So good for him. If he wants to go up to heavyweight and try and bang with those guys, let him go. But as we had talked about, off camera, and I'm saying it now, I don't think his artful stuff, which is amazing to watch, his skills, is going to play as nice in the heavyweight division. Those guys try to walk through people, slam you in the face, and if you go to the ground, you're eating hammer fists.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to see him fight like I'll just say it, like a Ben Rothwell. I think Ben Rothwell could beat Bones Jones right now. Because it's just different.
Yeah.
Fighting a heavyweight's different. And a guy like that who's just going to keep moving forward and he's going to take a punch and he's going to deliver a punch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the bigger heavyweights, they're going to be tough. I think like a Cain Velasquez style heavyweight.
The matchups well.
Exactly. But these bigger dudes that just like to stand and bang. Mm-mm.
Well, okay.
No.
Let's say Bazooka beats Stipe. Safe assumption. And then Bones fights Bazooka. I don't think that Bones' clinch shoulder strikes were going to work in Bazooka. First of all, if he even gets in the clinch with him, because Bazooka could pick him up and be like, move.
No, Bones is going to have to shoot, take him down, and neutralize his punching. That's the only way he gets through this. But we'll talk about it when we get there.
And then wait, staying with Bones, what did you think about I forgot this, Dominic Reyes' comments? Basically him saying, Jones can't keep up with the light heavyweight contenders. Like,
you know what? When Dominic Reyes wins, if and when he wins the title and he defends 6 times, he can he can say anything. But for now, he should shut the fuck up and just fight. He hasn't earned shit.
Well, wait.
And you know what? I'm hearing. Look, I just want to vet for a second. I'm hearing all of these MMA junkie, MMA fighting, all these guys, these Ariels of the world. These Mark Ramundis who used to report to me, by the way. Okay, all of these fuckers. I'm talking to you. They're all fuckboys for Dana White, and they're never going to give you a hot take. They're never going to say this is how it is. They're only going to report the news. I mean, they all think that they wear those fancy hats that say press on them. All of them. Okay? Look, the biggest joke in the office was us making fun of Mark Ramundi, thinking he thought he wore that hat. Yeah, I'm talking shit about you. I don't care. Okay? Bring it. But anyway, look, I'm just saying, none of them are going to have a hot take. Okay? The hot take is Dominic Reyes to shut up and fight, win the belt, defend it several times, and then he can put Bones' name in his mouth. For now, he can't. And maybe I am being a John Jones fanboy right now. You can accuse me of that. I mean, I won't hide it. But it just bothers me when these guys think that they can take the Conor McGregor route of talking shit about everybody, getting themselves the attention of the fuckboys in the MMA media, okay? And look, I just had to vent. I had to vent for a second. And I sat, shoulder to shoulder with all those guys in the press area, but I'm giving it to you straight because I'm not in the space anymore. I'm just a fan. I'm a fan on a podcast, okay? I'm just a dumpling on the basketball court. That's it. That's all I am right now, okay? Make fun of me. I'm wearing a pink shirt. I don't care. It's what I do.
God.
But anyway, your response?
I have a question actually. Although
Yes.
I was laughing so hard I started crying.
Uh-huh.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm pretty sure that Dominic fought Bones. Yes? That I told
Yes.
him that? And how'd that go?
Yeah, he took an L home. I mean, I think the fuckboys thought it was controversial. I think he thought it was controversial. And
a rematch.
Okay, you can argue that he could have won if there was shittier judging.
Well,
but you know what? That's the judging. You got to take the belt from the champ. He didn't take the belt. He decided that he was just gonna, fight the fight he fought and try to outpoint him and point his way to a title. That don't work. Not with the arguable GOAT. Not with, I don't even think it's an argument. He's the GOAT. Okay. Look, I know you think different, but let's just, for argument's sake, look, he's one of the GOATs.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's definitely on the Mount Rushmore.
And look, you need to take that away. He didn't do anything to take that belt away.
Yeah. So
he should keep quiet. And I want to be a Dominic Reyes fan. I think everything about him is great. I think he's a great fighter, but he just hasn't earned the right to talk that Ali smack yet. Zip it.
So good.
Zip it.
I have nothing to add. Look, I like Dominic Reyes. I thought that fight was controversial. I agree with you, though. If you want to be the champ, you got to go out there, earn it, and take it. You can't go for points and hope the judges are going to rule in your favor because, I don't know, it's got to be in the 90% where the judges are going to leave it with the champ if you leave it in their hands.
Right.
They don't want to give it to a guy off at a split decision and new UFC champ, one of those bullshits.
No.
So, look, I thought he fought a great fight when he fought Bones, but do I think that he won? Look, you can make the argument that, yes, I do think that he won. However, take it. You got to go out and put in basically 5 rounds or 3, however long it takes to put the champion away, to put him away. You cannot go to the cards. So he needed to either knock him out, submit him, make him tap. I don't care.
Yeah.
So then switching gears, recap of UFC DC versus Stipe 15-3, but whatever.
Yeah. Eye poke.
Yeah. Detached retina. Brutal.
Vicious eye poke.
Yeah.
Look, there's got to be a better way. I know that there's been the argument to cover those fingers.
Yeah. What are you, Joe Rogan?
I don't disagree with him.
Not on that. How can you?
I think that there's been so many bad eye pokes that have affected outcomes of fights that something needs to be done. And if the referees are just not telling the fighters to tuck their fingers in, then something else needs to be done. But at the end of the day, Stipe fought a serviceable fight, and
interesting choice of words,
and kept his belt.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have memories of Stipe ever since he, I think he fought his second fight on UFC on Fuel TV that I was able to be at, cover, and be a part of. And look, I mean, his rise has been phenomenal. I wouldn't argue that he is one of the greatest of all time, like all those fuckboys are saying.
First of all, at heavyweight, it's really hard to get into the greatest of all time argument.
I don't think we found him. I don't think we found him yet. I just don't think so. I don't think we found,
or just in general.
Just in general, I don't know. It's definitely not Stipe.
No, for sure not.
I think they want to make him. I feel like they want to make it Stipe.
No, I
feel like I think the UFC wants that.
They want to make it bazookas, I think.
I don't know. I think Dana's made the argument that the legacy has been on the line. The legacy's on the line when these two guys, pair up for a third time. Whatever.
Look, know who I will pick as the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time. It's from UFC 2 through 6. It's the Beast.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Absolutely.
And if anybody argues with me, I'll just go, okay, pick any fighter from today that's heavyweight and have them go into a tournament where they fight 2 or 3 times a night. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
Stop.
I agree with you.
Okay, and then second,
Yeah.
how wrong were we about the Sugar Show? Holy crap, were we wrong?
The Sugar Show got a flat tire.
Yeah, 4 of them, plus the spare.
Yeah.
Whoops, our bad.
And
Vera,
I think we all bought into the hype. We all bought into the hype train, right?
For sure. Well, look, he was undefeated.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Vera,
he deserved all the fights.
I own that.
But yeah, Vera, hats off to you.
Yeah, right. Dude.
Good fighter.
And then you were right about Royzenstruik or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
I think you called second round, actually.
I did.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, thank you.
Should have gone to Vegas. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Ooh. But yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about the NBA and the bubble.
Oh, the bubble.
And
it's working in the NBA.
How that's going. Totally working. We're just coming off of seeing the Lakers and the Bucks lose game 1s.
Yep.
Dame Lillard killing it.
Dud.
I told you earlier, you got to blow them out, because if you are in shooting distance, Dame Lillard is going to shoot lights out. There was one that he shot for what, like 30 some odd feet.
The logo. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, that dude's feeling it.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And that dude was like whistling, just doing his thing, dancing, and just shooting lights out. The Lakers need to be scared, but they need to come in with a killer's attitude and completely destroy that team. And look, they could do it. They just didn't pull it off. Milwaukee, on the other hand, they were something like a 15,000, minus 15,000.
Huge.
To win the series. So interestingly enough, I want to say that both Orlando and Portland were favored to win games 1.
Really?
According to Vegas. Yeah, I have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure game 1s they were favored, but to lose the series. So yeah, somebody in Vegas knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, the fix is in. I'm sorry.
The fix is in.
Well, look, I got to say this about Orlando since you brought him up. And Mr. who I respect the crowd of, Mr. Tony Kornheiser of ESPN and formerly the Washington Post, brought this up on, I'm assuming his podcast or radio show, and then brought it up on PTI, which I watch religiously. I don't know if you've seen it yet today. He said, Orlando is in Orlando, obviously, so they're playing home games. And I think Orlando has the Disney patch on. So given the fact that they're playing at the Wide World of Sports Complex.
Worldwide of Sports, yeah.
And
Wide World of Sports.
We are both Mouseketeers. Fix anybody?
Well, you know what? If they win, they're not gonna have to go far to say I'm going to Disney World. No,
they're already there.
They're already there. Yeah. Look, I still think that the Lakers are gonna take the trophy. I know that the Clippers are favored, but I still predict a Lakers-Bucks finals. So, I want to see the Greek Freak.
Oh yeah.
And Anthony Davis go head to head. That is like in Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, that's just a huge matchup.
You just skewed to people that most people that are going to watch this have no idea who you're talking about.
No, but next level GOAT status stuff.
It's the Dream and the Captain.
Yeah,
Admiral,
exactly.
Sorry, the Admiral, my bad.
Yeah, the Admiral. But MLB, I don't know. It's been falling apart.
Well, look, the Cardinals are playing again. They've been playing, I think, every game's got to be a doubleheader now. They've got to make up 40 freaking games in 20 or 35 days or something like that. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Look, the best teams appear to be right now the Dodgers. The Padres look amazing. Rockies look amazing. The Stankies, I refuse. The Astros are the Astros.
What do you think of Tatis and the home run with the count 3-0?
Okay, look.
Up what, 7 or 8 point?
6. They
runs?
were up. I think they were up 6 at that point. So
Okay.
no, sorry, he stole third with 2 outs. They were up 6. I think it was 7-0 when he hit the home run on a 3-0 pitch, and then they threw behind Machado.
And then the Rangers manager came out and talked smack.
And the Padres manager agreed, but there's a reason why for that, which is the Padres managers worked with or for the Rangers manager like a year or 2 ago. So he's not going to go against his tree. That's just not going to happen. Look, I will agree that the unwritten rules of baseball in the past have said if you're up by that many, you're not supposed to swing at a 3-0 pitch. Normally you don't. You shouldn't be stealing third. But I think it was the 4th inning. We've seen teams come back from 6-0 before in 3 innings. I mean, especially at Colorado. I think the A's just came back from 5-0 or 5. Yeah. They were down 5 in the bottom of the 9th. So look, I understand that there are unwritten rules of baseball, but I also understand that every player, Tatis, whomever, you're out there to win. You're out there to compete. If you get an advantage, take it. If it's 3-0 and the guy grooves one down the middle of the plate and that's the best pitch you're going to see that at bat, take a hack. I have no issue with that.
I am happy that players have come out in support of him.
Yeah.
There was one great tweet that basically said, I don't follow unwritten rules. And you know what? I completely 1,000% agree with that. Look, if that's an unwritten rule, then forfeit the game. If you're already down that many and you're saying, oh, you can't swing on a 3-0 pitch, then the Rangers should have said, you know what? The game's over. We're out. We're done. Because apparently no one can swing and no one can get home runs. No one can score runs, right?
Yeah,
right?
Look,
like, that's the argument.
Here's what I would agree with that statement of don't swing on 3-0. When it gets so laughable that you have a position player on the mound. So when, like, your left fielder is pitching,
then forfeit. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that. But that's the only time I could see, like, players on a whole level going, yeah, I'm not going to swing 3-0 because, this guy's just trying to throw strikes. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine if they want to swing. I don't care. I'm just saying I could see them being like, yeah, I'm not going.
Look, I'm going to be dangerously close to comparing our softball play in our softball league to MLB baseball. But hold on. Just bear with me.
Oh, good Lord.
Just bear with me.
Fine, I'll drink water.
I mean, no, but it's like, what's the rule? 15. When you're up X amount of points by a certain inning, the game's over.
Oh, yeah, the mercy rule.
The mercy rule. If that unwritten rule is basically saying that the mercy rule exists, which it doesn't. Okay. So you know what? You swing at every pitch, you try to hit every pitch, and you try to knock it out, or you try to get on base. That is your job, and that's what you're going out to do. And you know what? Pad your stats, do whatever you need to do. Get up as many points as you can, because you're right. You never know when someone's going to come back on you, right? You never know. Someone's going to get on a run. So you know what?
They can put up
all those people. And like I said, at the end of the day, that's some of the stuff that's hurting baseball from growing is these young players coming up are like, these unwritten rules are BS. That's not how I'm here to play. I'm here to do everything that I can. And you know what? Hats off to Tatis. Good job. And you know what? Those unwritten rules, let's move on from them. I'm saying let's move on from them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't be a gentleman. I'm not saying you don't be sophisticated and be nice to your opponent. But come on.
Yeah. Look, I agree with all that. But, okay, I want to sidetrack for 1 second. The best play in that game was Machado's catch in right field. I don't know if you've seen it, but you should look up the highlights. The dude was in shape. He's a third baseman for them. The guy hits a ball down the line that was going to be fair, and Machado runs it down basically into the right field corner and catches, over his shoulder, the ball coming this way. I mean, it was ridiculous. Back to Tatis. I found it interesting that people were jumping on him, being talking heads like you and I, players, whomever, or coaches, saying, well, you don't, in the game we grew up in, you don't do that. If he grew up in the game and all that crap, I'm like, dude, he did grow up in the game. He's Fernando Tatis Jr. His father hit 2 grand slams in 1 freaking inning. I know that because I was at that damn game. I saw it. Like, he grew up with the game. He knows. And he knows that, I'm going to take every advantage I can get in this game because they don't come along all that often. If I can take third or second or home or help my team put up more runs, God forbid you guys come back or have a 5-spot, 6-spot, whatever, I'm going to do it. And you know what? He has a job. His job is to help his team win. If they're up
Exactly.
20-0, his job is still to help his team win. The opposing team's job is to stop them from getting runs. If you can't do that, you have failed in that instance, and he has succeeded in that instance.
Guaranteed the Padres manager went to Tatis later and said, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Because I guess there's an unwritten rule. You say one thing, and then on the other side, you say another. So you know what?
And the Padres manager was never going to come out against his former boss / manager. I think boss. I don't think he played for him. You knew that wasn't going to happen. But what he said behind closed doors to Tatis, I guarantee we said, you're leading the league in home runs, stolen bases, and like RBIs or hits or whatever.
Keep doing it.
You do you. We'll be fine.
Exactly.
Keep doing you. Yeah, good times. So also, unrelated to baseball, the NHL bubble is working great. The play is not the best, but given that they had some months off, it's been pretty good. I've been watching a few games, haven't been able to catch them all. I am kind of fascinated, though, that both with the NBA and the NHL, because of the bubble situation, they're only on, I think, 1 or 2 locations in the NHL. It might be 1 now. That there's just games all day because, they only have the 1 ice or the 1 court in the NBA. It's great. It's great to be able to be like, oh, it's 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Let me turn on and see what the, Vegas Knights are doing or whatever. It's great. Yeah. Or the Maple Leafs there, people in Canada. Made you happy. Congratulations.
No, it's working. Also, one last thing I wanted to bring up, or one of the last things was, I'm certainly dressed for it, but the USGA amateurs,
juniors
at Bandon Dunes in Oregon, which was a phenomenally beautiful course. I was sad because coming up to 18, there was a rule broken that basically the kid had to concede the hole and concede the match. In match play, you go head to head with a guy. And basically what happened was the caddy came up to the bunker, tested the sand, and
moved his ball.
No, he just tested the sand.
Oh,
he just tested the sand. When you're in the bunker, you can't touch the sand. You can't take a practice stroke.
Oh,
you can.
I didn't know that.
Once you're in, you take your swing. That's it. And basically what he did was the caddy goes up, feels the sand, because you want to know if the sand's packed, if it's fluffy, or what have you.
Right.
That's one of the hardest things about golf, is being in the sand. And that's an advantage once you know how that sand is packed. The problem is then the caddy, who is also a local caddy, by the way, lied, said he didn't do that. The caddy for the other player, which happens to be, I think his name was Fascio, his dad was like, no, he did it. They figured out he did it. Right, he did it. And so he had to concede that hole, ultimately losing because it was on the 18th hole. Super sad.
That's brutal.
But I'm also sad for the caddy because now he's getting like death threats and stalked and teased. And the player finally came out and said, look, if I can forgive him, you can too.
Good on the player.
He made a mistake, and we'll move on, and we'll figure out what the future holds. I mean, I'm just happy it was a one-time caddy and it wasn't like his brother or his dad or his coach or somebody like that, where, at least he can move on. They can part ways. This guy can continue to be a caddy at Bandon, and this guy can, take his career to the next level as a pro. But I just wanted to say it was super sad to see.
I got 2 things.
Do that. Yeah.
One, real quick. Tiger Woods' son, y'all. Winning the amateur.
Beast.
Where are you? Yeah? All right.
Yeah. That kid's going to be legend.
The real GOAT. Well, the problem is, if he does, as I said, what was it, yesterday? Yeah. If he doesn't win like 15, that kid's fucked.
Hopefully he's got a lot of great mental coaches around him.
Yeah.
And they're really, really helping this kid develop. And look, I'm sure that, Tiger Woods has earned generational wealth. This kid is not going to have to be a golfer. He's going to be he could be a businessman. He could be whatever he wants to be, because he has that type of wealth. But if he wants to pursue golf, it'd be kind of awesome to watch someone like that develop and see what happens to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Fun.
Real quick, not your expertise. The UEFA Champions League, one of the biggest soccer tournaments, football tournaments in the world,
Yeah,
Finals is on this Sunday. I'm just going to give you the two teams, and you have to randomly pick one. It's PSG, which is Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich on Sunday at noon. You should be watching, by the way. Noon local to West Coast, so figure it out wherever you are.
Oh, I'm taking Bayern Munich
Okay.
because I do know that team. I've seen a couple games this season.
That's a safe call. It's their
But
tournament to lose.
Yeah, I
All right.
mean, yeah. And I'm also never going to take the French over anything.
What if their taxis are there? They have a chance.
Look, if it's a baguette baking competition, I'm taking the French all day long. If it's about croissants or losing a war, I'm going really weird. I'm getting really weird. Then I'm taking the French all day long. All right. If it's a runway walking contest, I'm taking the French all day long to dominate that. But I'm not taking them anywhere else. America.
Yeah, you mean Germany, but whatever.
We saved their asses in WW2.
You take that back because you know we didn't.
Oh, goodness gracious. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that was my last thing was UEFA.
All right. Well, that's all we got. Bring it. Talk shit back. Let us know what we did wrong.
Everything.
Tell us what we – obviously, the only thing I didn't get wrong is about all those fuckboys in the MMA media. I'm still going after you. This isn't the last time. This won't be the first time. Won't be the last time. I'm still going to call you out. I call you out on Instagram. I call you out on Twitter. I comment on all of them. And I say, give me a hot take. You're there. Tell me something I don't know anymore because I'm not sitting there in the room. You guys must be picking up on something because they don't, though. They don't want to lose their credential.
I know this is going to make you end the video, so I'm going to ask. This is going to make you end the video. Ready? How's Andy Devine, your buddy?
His brother, Adam, is awesome. And also, by the way, he should have been Haley's husband in Modern Family, not that other dude. God. They made a mistake in Modern Family. It should have been him. But anyway, Shark Week was phenomenal. Could have been better. Last year's was better. This one was okay. But I was still entertained. I still look, that Casa Grande guy, the cinematographer, he's in all of it. He's phenomenal. It was a good time. But anyway, I'm DJ Schroep. That's Dustin Ovitz. Let us know. Follow us on social. You know what it is. We out. Peace.